As the sun drops below the horizon, the palace is illuminated with gold. The geometry of the structure is perfect. Its towers seem to stretch to the stars. Escorting me is Portia, the Countess's servant. Thankfully, she arrived at the gates just after I did. Had she not appeared, I would be alone as I faced the looming palace. My gaze trails down the alabaster bridge to the swirling waters below. There's something down there, corkscrewing through the muck. It glows like some kind of bloodless ghost. Its body is long and ribbon-like.
Something catch your eye?
She leans over me and her eyes light up when she spots the creature in the water below.
Ah, do you like animals?
I love animals.
Oh, you do? How nice! You'll definitely enjoy your stay here. The palace is home to all kinds of exotic pets. But you don't want to get too friendly with that one. It's a vampire eel, imported from faraway swamps. No eyes or ears, but they're still pretty graceful, don't you think? Unless you splash around a lot, they won't even bother you. But you wouldn't want to catch a bite. If they bite, they don't stop drinking until the body is dry.
I nod, peering down at the creature as it spirals into the billowing silt. Portia pats my shoulder, ushering me along. She occupies me with conversation all the way down the bridge. As we approach the intricate doors, I find myself growing nervous. Uncertainties start to rise like bubbles coming to a boil within me. Is this wise? What awaits me in this fortress so far from home? If I walk through those doors, will I ever walk out again? Too soon we are standing before them and Portia turns to me with a winsome smile.
We have arrived.
She swings her fist against the copper plating, 3 skull-rattling strikes. As the last echoes fade, the pendulous doors swing inward, and I'm swept inside, wondering if I will ever return. Inside is a different world. Everything is gleaming. The floors, the walls, the steep ceilings are all clean-cut polished stone. Lining the hall on either side are many servants standing at attention in brilliant uniform.
Welcome.
My eyes flick left and right uneasily as I'm welcomed from all angles. When we reach the end of the line, one servant slips away from the rest to join us. Barely 4 feet tall, a sumptuous blue feather stands proudly from their velvet cap. With a deep bow, they pass me and dash to Portia's side.
How are we doing on time?
Terribly, you're terribly late. The 5th course has just been cleared. Her ladyship is in a most unhappy state.
Portia chews her lip and casts a backwards glance at me. Sighing, she hands off her fruit basket to the trembling servant.
Have the sommelier fetch a bottle of the Golden Goose.
Golden Goose? Yes, excellent. Right away.
The servant departs at a hasty clip, disappearing behind a panel in the wall which slides seamlessly shut.
Looks like I may have miscalculated. We're very late. I'll escort you directly to the dining room.
Dining? As in me. Dining with the Countess.
What? Don't tell me you thought we wouldn't feed you.
My expression must be a sight. Portia giggles, patting me on the shoulder.
Well, I shouldn't speak too soon. We don't know yet what your punishment will be.
My knees quake as I follow her purposeful stride, and our footsteps echo in a cacophony down the hall. Soon we are standing before a fine mahogany door and Portia turns to me.
We'll go in together, okay?
I feel myself nod and she opens the door, leading me inside. I step into the dining room. Rich scents linger in the air, unfamiliar and tantalizing. A quintet dressed in gauzy evening gowns are playing a pleasant ambling melody.
Rain, this is a surprise. Have a seat. You're too late for dinner, I'm afraid.
She brings her glass to her lips and drinks deeply. I feel Portia vacate her place beside me and another servant leads me to my seat. Coughing, the servant removes what might have been my plate.
I was beginning to think you had forgotten my invitation. But could it be instead that you're very slow? Unaccustomed to travel, perhaps? You look exhausted. Clearly you've been straining yourself. Why, I can see your cheeks gleaming from here. How tragic that you've missed dinner when you must surely be starving. Poor thing. Or maybe you were simply wasting your time?
Faced with a blistering glare, I lower my gaze to the table, cheeks steaming.
And after I made a spectacle of myself seeking your aid at such a desperate hour. How embarrassing.
The Countess downs her glass and Portia appears at her side with a bottle enrobed in shimmering foil.
Portia, you're my only comfort in the world.
I'm honored, my lady.
Portia fills the cup and the Countess takes a sip.
Oh, this is lovely. A golden goose?
I tear my gaze away, anger and shame ruffling my feathers, and notice the strange painting before me. The scene is that of a meal shared amongst a host of figures with the heads of beasts. The table is laden with small animals, provided by a central character with the head of a goat. Rays of gold glitter around its head, and its red eyes are strikingly lifelike.
Our guest seems to be enchanted by the painting. Do you like it, Rain? The painting?
Yes. The Countess raises her shapely brows, eyes flashing at me over the rim of her glass.
Fascinating. Does it appeal to your beastly nature, making me wait around like this? Regardless, you have awful taste, just like he did. My husband, rest his poor soul.
Count Lucio, rather the late Count Lucio. At the mention of him, I'm thrown off balance. I would have never thought she would speak of him with the likes of me.
He's the goat in the middle, of course, ever the provider. Indeed, his generosity won the hearts of many in the city. Oh, how adored he was. Lucio had the populace eating out of the palm of his hand, much like the painting, I suppose. Whatever he offered, the public gobbled it up. They worshipped him. We never had guards at the gate back then. No one dared to cross the count.
Because everyone loved him? The Countess takes a long sip of her wine.
Everyone loved him? I suppose they did. He certainly liked to make friends with everyone he met, to give gifts, to entertain. Oh, how fortunate we all were to bask in his endless generosity.
One servant calls, drawing the Countess's sharp eye. They drop their head in apology.
Yes, my husband was very loved, very celebrated.
She sets down her glass, folding her hands and resting her chin upon them.
And did he ever know how to celebrate? Festivities at the palace were quite an event, you know. Though I suppose you would not have received an invitation. But then again, there was the masquerade.
The servants shift imperceptibly. My brows lift to my hairline.
Tell me, Rain, did you ever attend a masquerade? The whole city came alive then. Music filled the air, revelry took hold of the hearts of young and old. All in celebration of Lucio. And what a celebration it was when he opened the gates to the public. Wouldn't it be lovely to do it again?
The Countess sighs, watching the wine swirl in her glass. I say nothing, letting the words hang in the air. To hold the masquerade again. Surely she does not expect the city to have already forgotten what happened last time. As if she's read my mind, the Countess's gaze fixes upon me.
Oh, I know what you're thinking. How could I ever entertain the thought? Now, you mustn't look at me that way. Of course I know what the masquerade brings to mind. Such a fond memory for many, and now it is shrouded in sorrow. It was a terrible shock to the guests to find their host murdered so violently.